the world will end and you have just 60 seconds to save what you think is most important to survive in the long run. The choice seems difficult, but in fact it is not. You will save your computer and you will play until you die of starvation, or until the battery runs out. 60 Parsecs wants to involve some more decisions in that process, and even does it with some charm. Since we are here, why don't you consider to like, comment and subscribe to this channel? It's a massive help and I will thank you so much. It's a bit difficult to define the genre of 60 Parsecs, but perhaps a post-apocalyptical survival with elements of point and click when the game comes down to simple decision making. Briefly, we start the game on our spaceship that will be destroyed by a nuclear explosion, and we have just 60 seconds to search and carry items and elements of the crew to the life-saving capsule. Among these, we have food and other items that can help us along the journey, such as shovels, duct tape, instruction books, lighters, intercoms, gas masks, weapons, and health packs or mental sanity items. Food is the most important item to get, but in the long run you will realize that virtually all other items will be needed at certain point, and their absence in that point is most likely catastrophic. Graphically, everything is in 2D, but with a half comic style art style that I liked. After the initial 60 seconds there are virtually no animations, so is not much else to say beyond that. My comment on the music will be equally Spartan, as they are not many and the ones that exist are good, referring to the alien humorous theme that fits very well with this style of play. Sound effects are also appropriate to the situations they represent. There is no dialogue, so there is also nothing to say in this field. So, what then is this game? It's a mix of a soup manager with a decision per turn decision that you have to make. This decision is given to us in text format by a computer, and there's a finite number of those. So in different playthroughs you can pick up the same text and you will already know what to decide. So if you decided wrongly in the first time, you will probably get it right in the second, unless it involves the use of an item that you did not have at that moment. Before we start, we choose a character to be the captain of the ship. Each character has 3 characteristics: agility, strength and intelligence. In practice, I did not quite understood what each of them is for, because I practically saw no difference between the characters. What I mean is simple: if a decision involves the characteristic strength, most of the time the most important thing is to agree that the decision involves this characteristic, not the level that the character possesses. There are others where it will probably interfere. For example, in a decision you had to draw a panel and the character with less strength could not do it. But this only happens in some of the decisions, not in all of them. In each turn, or day if you prefer, in addition to the main decision, we can also choose, as long as we have the material to do so, to build, repair or upgrade various items. If you survive long enough, you will find a planet to land, this being completely random, and once there you can choose to explore the various places that it offers. The planet can have life or not. And judging by the luck I had, those who had life proved to be far more dangerous than those that did not. Obviously, hunger is the biggest problem, But you can also go crazy or die with some disease. You can choose to have a crew up to 4 elements, but then you have to feed them, which will not be easy. They do, however, provide some resources in the exploration of the planets, but I believe that this does not pay off in the long run. The game has multiple endings, but we quickly start not caring about either of the characters or looking for those same endings. In a nutshell, I consider 60 Parsecs a competent game. Probably whoever buys it will not regret, as it's a lot like the previous Robot Gentleman game, 60 seconds. In a general way, it did not impress me much. Although I recognize that it has some replay value, it did not pull me too far to go play and explore more scenarios. The formula is repetitive, and it lacks some dynamism and diversity in what should be the strong point, the way it tells the story. See you next time, guys. Bye!